What accounts for that? I suppose what I'm asking actually is it because all around us we've got people who question why, and in a way is thinking leading us uh, to question ourselves and question our iman on a constant basis, and maybe by virtue of being in Muslim countries where you're not subject to those sorts of prevalent ideas, uh, people are generally far more confident in their iman.
No, so I don't think that thinking is the problem,
Mm.
right? I think that if we think and we come to the correct realization, the problem then is heedlessness of a reality. The problem is ghafla. The problem is that I am completely dependent on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and there is an afterlife. And I read about it in the Quran,
Yeah.
but then I forget this reality as I enter into the world, as I come out of my prayer and I enter into the world. Um, and uh, and I think like these struggles, they're there in the Muslim world too.
Right.
You know, so they're suffering from very similar issues. That's what
You've come
I've
across
found.
examples of
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah.
So I've been trying to understand the sort of the balance between submission and rationality. Now, you would argue there isn't really a balance there. You know, submission comes with a level of rationality. One needs to accept Allah and understand Allah before one submits to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And even when one submits to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, there's no problem in trying to find rational reasons behind the goals that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala set you, or the ahkam sharia that He set to you. So the rationality is not at odds with Islam. But then there's a I suppose we can call it a modernist trend within the Muslim community. And again, we see this quite pronounced in the West. I see it a lot in America, in North America in particular, who argue that post-enlightenment, we've now gone through a phase where human beings have derived these overarching goals that we can rationally decide, these rights, as Locke would put it. So human rights, for example, is a virtue that we've all a consensus that human beings have come to. And so what they then say is we need to reinterpret the Islamic text, especially the classical interpretations of Islam, in accordance with this human rights doctrine,